Now, the second reason that people fail to achieve their goals is because of not knowing how to achieve the goal, not knowing what steps to take. It might seem really obvious, but a lot of the time the truth is pretty obvious. So just think about that. A lot of the time, even if a person knows what it is they want, they will fail because they don't know what steps to take. So I'll give you a story, a brief story about this from my own life. And this is, I mean, I could give you probably countless stories, as you could probably also from your own life, to illustrate this. But I'll give you one. It's a fairly silly example, I suppose, but maybe it will stick in your mind. So I was lying on the floor of my apartment. It's my 21st birthday, and I had determined I was depressed. I was depressed. I determined I was depressed because I was not a millionaire. Now, I had arbitrarily set a goal when I was maybe 19 that I was going to have $1 million. I would have my first $1 million by the time I was 21. So there I was. My 21st birthday came, and I realized I did not have $1 million. I don't know exactly how much money I had at the time, but I would guess maybe $1,000 to my name, if even. And so I determined, well, I I really have failed. I've really failed, and that was I thought that's that's kind of overwhelming, and I guess I guess the only response to that is to experience depression. So there I was lying on the floor, 21st birthday. Now, what does this have to do with the second reason people fail to achieve their goals? Well, exactly that. I set a goal, so it was a clear goal. I was going to have $1 million by the time I was 21. It was a very clear goal. It's measurable, specific, has a date attached to it. So I had done the work of defining the goal. Now it would be arguable. You know, we could argue whether it was actually important or not. I would say probably not, but nonetheless, I had defined the goal. But I had no clue how to achieve it. None whatsoever. Not I mean, I was working, I had a job, I was making money, but I had no clue how to make $1 million. And I hadn't done any work to get any clarity about that. So I didn't know anything more about how to make $1 million on my 21st birthday than I did on when I was 19 and I set the goal. I had done no work at all between those times to get any clarity about how to achieve that. So it's very reasonable that I would not have achieved it because I hadn't done any work. I hadn't done anything other than set the goal. So setting the goal is really important because if you don't set the goal, then you can't even know what it is that you're going to achieve. You wouldn't even know it if you achieved it because you didn't define it at all. So that's really important. And yet, even after defining a goal, if you don't know how to achieve it, then you will very likely fail. I mean, it'd be really difficult to achieve success with something if you don't know how you're going to achieve it. So that was an example of that for me, where I defined the goal, but I didn't have any clue about how to achieve it, and therefore I failed.